Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Inga Cotton. I'm the founder and executive director of San Antonio Charter Moms, and these are Charter Moms Chats, and it is still enrollment season as families get ready for the 2023-24 school year. And today we're resharing the enrollment guide blog post about New Frontiers Public Schools. And we especially want to talk about the new middle school that's coming. It's the Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate. And so to talk about New Frontiers and specifically about the Greg A. Garcia campus, we have two special guests from New Frontiers. So in the middle of the screen is Dr. Monica Villarreal, and she is the principal at Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate. And she's also had leadership roles at New Frontiers. And then we also have Mayra Cuevas, and she's the instructional coach at New Frontiers Public Schools. She is her role is going to be as instructional coach at Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate. So thank you so much for joining us. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to be sharing with our audience about Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate because there's already so much a track record of success at New Frontiers in early college, but to add middle school grades is really interesting. So, but before I get too deep into specifically the middle school program, I want to kind of take a step back and just for people who maybe haven't heard of New Frontiers to kind of describe like the mission and vision, kind of like the origin, like why does it exist?
Yes. So New Frontiers, we've been around. We're a generation. I mean, we've been around for a long time. So we've been in the community. We have two early college high schools in our district, one that's located at San Antonio College, and really our flagship early college that's been around for a couple of years now is at Palo Alto College. And so our mission is to really ensure that our kids move through, not just get a high school diploma, but also earn that associate's degree within that 4 years. So really compacting 6 years worth of education, the 4 at high school, and then 2 for your associates, and really putting that in a 4-year curriculum. That's really our goal for our kiddos. And now our district's venturing out into expanding that and adding on to that with an early college intermediate experience. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's, and I want to this is my chance to plug, like, so at schartermoms.com, like, that's where you can find, like, the whole enrollment guide blog post. There's also a link to it in the description of the video. So I really encourage families to go look at that. And that's a great way to learn about, like, the Frank L. Madla Early College High School that's at Palo Alto College. It has a great track record. And then the new, like, Imelda Davis, one at SAC, but these are high school programs. So I think what's really exciting is that, you're adapting this to the middle school program, and that's what I want to hear more about today. So can y'all comment more about like laying this foundation in middle school so that students are prepared for that early college experience?
Absolutely. So I think one of the things, if I can go back and just add, our charters is open and free to anyone. So I think that's super important. We often get asked, well, you guys, do you charge to come here, or is it just limited to the location that you guys service in that demographic area? And it isn't. We service the entire community. And so whatever district, whatever region of San Antonio you live in, or even in the outskirts, it is free and open to everyone. So definitely want to make sure and mention that. With this early college intermediate experience is really our commitment from our district to ensure that not only are we just starting with our kiddos at 9th grade coming in, it's our commitment to our community in San Antonio area and in the outside areas to really work on not just starting at high school, but let's get them started at middle school. Let's work with our kids at 6th grade. Let's work with them and really develop this longitudinal plan, not just, oh, okay, let's work on you with high school and then you can take care of college. Our commitment's really starting in creating those really meaningful learning opportunities, helping develop those soft skills so that our students are equipped and prepared to be successful entering one of our early college high school programs. And then completing it with an associate's degree. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, can you tell me more about Okay, so I think it's a really important point you're making, that right, that the early college high schools are 9 through 12, and that right, this is gonna be middle school starting at 6 through 8. Also, a really good point you made that all of New Frontier's schools are tuition-free public charter schools. So that makes it accessible to the community. There's no barrier of having to pay tuition, which I mean, getting like all those college credit hours in high school for free is like
Yes,
that's incredible. Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, one thing I want to ask specifically about the middle school is like sort of what are some of the ways that you can create like this sort of collegiate culture at the middle school level? Like how does that kind of translate down to those grades? Because like I have kids that age, and I see them and their friends, and they have a lot of energy. It's sometimes hard to work on things like planning and like delayed gratification. Like they're still working on those skills. So
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I have a middle school age student also, or a student and a child also, and they're a whole little other world, middle school. But we love them. We absolutely love them, and I think it's really important for us as educators and there at Garcia, along with our parents, is really making that commitment. So it's not our goal; it's our collective goal that includes our families and the community as well. So we have the unique opportunity, since we are small by design. It's by choice that we are going to be physically located across the street from where one of our flagship early college high school campuses is. So literally they're on the PAC campus, and our campus will be literally across the street within walking distance, a brisk walking distance. So it gives us a great opportunity to collaborate with our educators on that campus. It gives us an opportunity to benefit from some of the programs and resources and opportunities that are available at PAC and SAC as well, to really create these dynamic environments where kids are learning and growing. Additionally, really trying to ensure that we have opportunities within our curriculum so that we can provide students the opportunity to earn high school credits in middle school. That'll really free up some of those courses as they go into high school, thereby freeing up more time for them to earn additional college hours, or really focus in on what they've, as a young adult, right? As a young adult getting ready to embark out into their next phase, really giving them that opportunity to invest and find out what their passion is. Again, all at no cost to our families.
I just wanted to add onto that, Inga. We're really invested in helping our students explore, like Dr. Villarreal said, what they're interested in, and really honing in on those community partnerships. We have so many great community resources out there that our families and our students can tap into, that sometimes might not even know are out there, and can help them kind of figure out what it is that they're interested in, and what they want to be when they grow up, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I know from in the past when I've spoken to Mr. Zachariah, who's he's such a dynamic person, and counseling is really in his heart, and he's told me stories about students who say, this is my goal, but I don't know how to get there, or like I'm scared of my goal, and then he'll kind of counsel them about okay, well, if that's your goal, right, going to medical school, then it's time to really double down on this math, and make sure you get through this, and breaking it down into be realistic about how challenging these goals are, but break it down into small steps that are doable for young students. And that's such an important piece. You talked about Dr. Ville talked about that it's the family and the school and the student all working together.
Yes. And why wait till our kids are already entering high school to really kind of talk about and begin to lay that foundation or that roadmap and set that course for them? It just seems random now. It's like, why are we waiting to talk to them or to give them those opportunities and create those opportunities when they're freshmen entering into high school? They're ready to begin to have some of those conversations and to create those paths for them as early as 6th grade. And so that's our commitment.
Yeah. Well, Dr. B, you mentioned something about even students in middle school can start to earn high school credit, right?
Yeah.
And then
yes.
Right, the early college programs are geared towards high school students being able to earn college credit, but I hadn't thought about that extending downward. I've heard of other schools, especially think I heard there was a school that where the foreign language that they offer in middle school counts as a high school credit. Like, so I don't know. Can you talk more about that? Like how
Yes.
could students start earning high school credit?
We are exploring a variety of options. And again, one of the things that we want to be really focused on is the individual child. So the fact that we're small by design, we don't want to just mass herd every student into this particular path and just, say everybody's getting this, everybody's doing this. We can't wait. And we've already been communicating with some of our families. So if they're out there watching, hey, we can't wait to actually see you and meet you in person, but really wanting to know what their children's passions and interests are and helping cultivate that individualized plan of success for that student starting at 6th grade or 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever grade they happen to be coming in with. Spanish is one that you mentioned, is one that we can certainly offer. There's also some other courses, high school credits that they can earn in the elective courses. So some of the fine arts, some of our kids are really talented in whether it be art, it could be music, it could be STEM or robotics, it could be a coding language. So our only limitations is what our kids are bringing in terms of what they are passionate about. If they're passionate about coming and pursuing a field in technology and they just don't know what, they just know that they love being around technology and working with it, it's our job to open up those opportunities and create those experiences for them that will yield them those credits. And again, it's about providing that personalized experience. So it's not a cookie cutter approach, and really ensuring that where they want to go is finding those credits that'll help them get there and connecting those thoughts for them.
Yeah. Well, I think that really makes a strong case for, why like having this like early college mindset, but bringing it, down into middle school makes a lot of sense. I was wondering, can you all comment more about like the facility? Dr. V, you mentioned that, okay, so on the south side of San Antonio, right, there's Palo Alto College, right, which is one of the top community colleges in the entire nation. And Frank Almaba Early College High School has been there for many years, earned A ratings, a lot of really successful alumni from that school. And then the Greg A. Garcia Intermediate is going to be right across the street. So,
Yes.
and can you comment more about like
Yes.
the facility, like what will be there?
We actually we drove by there today, and there's like brick already out on the facade. So if you're familiar with the south side of town, right off Loop 410 South, exit South Zamora, there's a QT on the corner. The very next, all the construction that you see going on is actually the Greg A. Garcia campus. Honestly, I'm partial, and I'm going to say it's a beautiful design. I mean, it's just literally amazing. So it is unique. I'm not sure when the last building or brand new campus was built out in this area, and it really does stand out. Amazing outdoor learning spaces. Right now, you can't see it because the construction's going on. We will have an amphitheater. We do have, I know we mentioned just a little bit about the electives and the fine arts programs, but that is a passion of ours as well. We will have an amphitheater for our students to be out performing, whether it's one-act play, poetry recitals, music recitals, mariachi performances. So that's going to be out there and available. We have a full service competition gym. All of our outdoor spaces and indoor learning spaces will be set with the newest technology. All classrooms have active panel. I mean, they are equipped to ensure that what our kids need is there readily available for the teachers to use and put back out for our kiddos. I know we have a couple of other learning spaces that Ms. Cuevas, did you want to?
Yeah, we'll have also, a brand new indoor gym that does not double as a cafeteria. So it'll be a separate dining hall and a separate gym, which is nice because a lot of times those have to be combined. And so we have the luxury of having
famous
that
cafetorium, right?
Yes, the gym. What do they call them? Gymaterias. Yeah. It will also have a small dressing room. They are middle school students, and so that's something super important that we, part of nurturing them and providing them a safe space is that they have, somewhere where they can do that. So it'll have a small dressing room, and then for them to, everybody will have PE. 6th through 8th grade, which I know is really important to students and to parents, that let's see what else. We'll have a science lab, a beautiful science lab with, fume hood and, students can go in and run their experiments. And just safety, I know, is a big thing, a very serious thing. And so we'll have perimeter fencing, a nice perimeter fencing. We definitely want students to feel comfortable and safe. Video doorbell entry, vestibule doors that lock, and all of that.
Ms. Cuevas, one thing I think that we also probably, I don't think I mentioned, was we have an academic media center, which our library basically. So it's a beautiful library. It'll be connected with the San Antonio Public Library systems. So beyond just what we'll be able to have in our physical library, the virtual and online library, will encompass everything that San Antonio Public Library System has in their shelves, or virtual shelves, if you will, right? Their online library. So that's something that we're really excited. A dedicated music position. So we're very much committed, again, not just to the academics, equally to the academics as we are to the fine arts program. Oftentimes you see those be cut first. And that's such a shame, because research does show us that, when we use both sides of our brains, it typically helps to enhance and ensure that the students are even more successful than they could be if that wasn't included. So we'll have a mariachi. We are really excited that we will be able to bring our mariachi program back. We have innovation zones. So innovation zones, maker spaces, robotics. We're really looking at having a chapter of esports. I will have to learn. Okay, so I will have to learn a little bit, but we're really excited and want to make sure that we're being relevant and putting out there what we know that they need, because at the end, we're preparing them for jobs in the future that don't even exist today. So really wanting to listen to taking the research, seeing what things are out there, and creating those opportunities for our students to be successful as they matriculate on through the district and then onto their four-year college or university.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad you're talking very specifically about these facilities and these programs, because I think there's kind of a myth that charter schools are just bare bones and that like it's all about academics and it's kind of nose to the grindstone. But really, like I think charter school educators understand that these programs, like whether it's mariachi or esports, like that it creates a stronger engagement between the student and the campus. And it also, like, they're learning skills, but like how to work as a team and how to, if they're have stage fright, or they're how to overcome adversity, like that these are skills that will help them in the future, beyond just having the academic foundation, but like to be able to bring their dreams to life, they need more skills than just the knowledge that they pick up in class.
That's right, the application of those pieces, for sure.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned about like making sure that the campus facility is secure. I know it's something that we hear from families that they're concerned about, and families also are concerned about like the emotional well-being of students because of this generation having gone through Zoom school and so much disruption from the pandemic. So I think that's one of the features at New Frontiers is like making sure to take care of the students' social emotional well-being. Can y'all share more about that?
Yes, so we do have a at the moment a district counselor, guidance counselor, and we are looking to bring on to the middle school specifically a school counselor as well, that will implement a full guidance counseling program for our students, and really like Dr. Villarreal said, focusing on the whole child, and really making sure that they feel supported along the way, with the lofty goals and dreams that they might have, just ensuring that they have that support at home and also, or at school, and also making sure that our parents are equipped with the tools also to our parents and families to help and support their students.
For sure, our dedication and commitments to the whole family. And, there might be our students during the day, but there are families, and helping provide some guidance and support and resources. And sometimes not just giving the resources, but really showing families how to use the resources. We sometimes tend to forget as educators, we work in this world, we kind of know how it navigates. And it's really important for us that we also help families learn how to advocate for their students to get, to ensure that they're on the path, to accomplish amazing things. And so it's a commitment for us to make sure and provide that social emotional learning for our students, but also to provide that guidance, counseling, support for our families as well. Now, in terms of the safety, one of the things I know that it's, that there's just a lot of things have happened in recent months, and the last calendar year. And, you know, the fact that we're a new design really allows us to not have to retrofit something, to really build it with the specifications and the recommendations that TA set down. And I know that this day and age, again, I have a school-age child still, a middle school-age child, and you know, that's something that as a mom, you know, it doesn't fall short on us. And so really creating that environment, you know, first and foremost, that they're going to feel well, you know, that they're going to like going to school, that they're going to feel like they belong and that they feel that they're safe. And that's, I mean, as a parent, I know that, you know, that's what I hope for my child when I drop them off, and creating that same community feeling, and that feeling of they're in good hands with an extension of our family. That needs to be present day in and out from the minute that you drop that child off, or a student, a young scholar off, because that'll transfer into success in the classroom. And that really is key. It's a beautiful campus and it's a beautiful design, but we want to make sure that when that child feels that they belong there, and that's a critical piece for us that goes along with that safety and social emotional aspect.
Yeah. Well, I feel like y'all have with the information you're sharing, it really does make the case for like why does it make sense to have a middle school, you know, right, a 6th through 8th grade program, you know, that has this early college focus. And if y'all have like more comments you want to share on that, I welcome that. But I was wondering if you could kind of preview for families like what does early college mean in the high school? Because I know we've been focused a lot on the middle school, but sort of what does it lead into for like when the students, like if they choose to go to Imelda Davis or to Frank L. Madla, which is a high school, it's like gonna be right across the street.
Absolutely. So our Frank L. Madla focuses more on an interdisciplinary approach pathway. And so they really focus in on that aspect. Now our Imelda Davis, and that's fantastic. You know, kids that maybe, you know, still not quite sure, you know, I'm still trying to decide, maybe I have a broad spectrum. Now kids that are more focused in on education, technology, and nursing, that would be then those students would be directed to our SAC campus, because that campus is 100% focused on really committed to those areas. And through research that's been done by the university and by the city of San Antonio and the state at large, really, those are key areas of need. And so really making sure that our students equipped with state-of-the-art facilities. You mentioned that Dr. Frank L. Madla is one of our board members, and he's a doctor. And when he toured the facility at SAC, he's like, we don't even have this. This is amazing. Why would I want to come to school here, is what he said. And so those resources, it really is amazing. And so again, while the early college intermediate experience will begin with us as a 6th grader or the middle schooler, creating those relationships with our sister campuses to really hone in and take advantage of the students that we have already up there, the scholars who can help guide and be mentors to our kids as well, speaks volumes to really creating those paths. Each one of the 2 campuses, SAC it's in its first year this year. So next year they'll be recruiting freshmen and sophomores. We have open enrollment going on for Madla from 9th grade to 12th grade. 9th to 10th grade. So definitely reach out to our 2 counterparts. I know Ms. Inga is going to put that information out. We welcome, again, it's free, it's open enrollment from across the city of San Antonio. And when our kids graduate, they do great things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a really great. It's like it's so hard to summarize, but like I really encourage people like visit the the enrollment guide blog post, but also like go to the website. I've got it up on the screen. So for the folks listening on the podcast, it's newfrontierspublicschools.org. So that takes you to the overall website for the district, and then from there you can use the menus to navigate. So I guess the Greg A. Garcia website in particular, it's GAGECI, right? So Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate .newfrontierspublicschools.org. So that, but you can just get there through the menu or through the blog post. But like I really encourage like folks to contact the school. Like, and are y'all offering? I guess so. The Greg A. Garcia Intermediate is under construction, so no tours yet. Although I would totally be there if you offer them. But
and I just want to say that Michael Madla and the Imelda Davis campus, you contact them and they are giving tours on a regular basis. I know I heard Mr. Zachariah said Mondays are pretty much his tour days, I think, but definitely reach out to them. in terms of Greg Garcia, it's still under construction. We don't encourage anyone to get on the site. However, we do have some really amazing virtual renditions, 3D virtual renditions, and they are just really amazing. And every step of the way, we've been picking out furniture. So we are really excited to get to know our families, to meet our families. We're just excited to get the school year started.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mayra, do you want to add to that?
Oh, no, we will be putting out those renderings. We have a social media page also on Instagram and Facebook, and so we share a lot of information on there too. Just encourage people to go on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of. I mean, I'm so grateful to have you all, on Charter Moms Chat, so people can kind of meet you virtually. But I really encourage families to, even though you can't go to Greg Garcia yet, but if you just want to get a feel for what New Frontiers is like, visiting the high school, is a good way to get the introduction. And you just kind of need to be in a place and meet the people and just to kind of try it on for size. And one thing about I'm sure, Dr. B, I'm sure you know this, like having kids that age is like the older they get, the more it's important to have their buy-in and their input about what's happening. So, talk to them and get them involved in the decision about choosing middle school and high school. So I know like I shifted schools for my kids when my son was going into 9th grade, my daughter going into 6th grade. And, it was really important to get their input and make sure that they start to get ideas about what they want to be when they grow up. And, as long as they don't say like, well, I was gonna say they can't be a YouTuber, but then here I am, right? I just did a job, right? Yeah, right. Or esports. Actually, some people do make a living at that.
And if folks want to reach out to us, we'll be we're out and about. We've got lots of events going on. Please follow us on our Facebook at New Frontiers. Whatever's posted on our Greg Garcia site will also be posted on our New Frontiers site. And we'll be out in the community, and we'd love to meet folks. So if there's a group or gathering, anything, and you'd like to get more information, or you just kind of want to check us out or see, we want to hear a little bit more. We want more specifics. Let us know, and we'll be happy to meet anybody out there.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely. Oh, okay. Let's see. I can put this up on the screen. Okay, on the social. Okay, Greg A. Garcia ECI. So Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate, but the Early College Intermediate is abbreviated. New Frontiers, it does a great job of sharing on social media, and it really gives you a sense of like what's happening on campus and about just how connected to the community you all are. It's like, I mean, San Antonio feels like a small town, but like it feels like the folks at New Frontiers are 3 degrees from everybody.
Yes,
that's right.
We love our community for sure.
We do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. Well, gosh, did we cover what we wanted to cover? It feels like there's so much to say. But I think we've hit the high points, right? Which is, so it's gonna, when Greg Garcia opens, it will be for grades 6 through 8, right? So students who will be going into those grades next year can apply, right? So all 3 grades opening at once.
We have all 3 grades opening at once. I think we did kind of mention that we are small by design. So there are limited seats, and even if you're not sure, I encourage you guys to reach out. I think it's super important. We want this to be a great experience, but we want it to be a great fit for your family too. So please reach out. We'd love to have that conversation and help you on your path to greatness, right?
Yeah. Well, great. Okay. Well, I'm so honored to be able to share about Greg A. Garcia Early College Intermediate. I get so excited about new schools opening. I can't wait to go to the ribbon cutting or whatever y'all are going to do in the fall. And be able to get to see the campus in person. And this is a wonderful thing for the South Side. To have this great new free public school, and for the students who will be able to get a foundation, in a collegiate preparatory program. As they head on towards early college, high school.
Yes. Well, thank you, Inga.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to getting to visit the campus down the road.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay.